a sub-5 run to the mark, he's going to make his presence certainly felt.
Yeah, I'm going to tip Pure Energy out of the 7. I just think this dog, well, you just see picket fence, picket fence, picket fence, if it can get across. So we'll talk about that more as we lead up to race 10. We're standing by to go to Patch Adams on track.
Also, Kennel Mate Big Energy, but this girl here, Brad, in Extreme Wheels, she's replicated her time in her heat and semi-final. You know the difference between a good dog and a very good one. What's she like?
She goes quite well, mate. I don't know if she's quite the top notch though. She's pretty good early. I mean, she'll need to do everything right early to lead this field. I know there's some pretty hot dogs in it. I'm not really expecting too much from her, but if she gets around that corner first, then she'll be a definite chance.
Good luck to Bradley Greeno and also Greg Sprott, who owns Epitomise as well, and it's been a lethal partnership for a big period of time. Nell Devere, Daniel Pell's a trainer. They call him Buddha. I'm told there's big raps on this girl here, but I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. What's she like?
Yeah, she goes good. She does everything right, so fingers crossed.
That's pretty tame. What sort of ability has she got?
No, she's above average, but she'll need to be tonight.
Good luck, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
Buddha Pell. Let's head over to Nick Britton with Reigning Fire. Nick, this boy looks to have stacks of ability. It's one thing to have ability. It's another to be a good race dog. What's your opinion of him?
Yeah, well, he's shown great strength, not only in his first 2 races, but also in trials. But he's got an inside draw. Might not be great out of the boxes, but you'll see him coming home.
That we will. That is Reigning Fire. Let's go to Star Opal, Paula Bella. She's been supported at long odds. Is she a chance to win?
Yeah, I think I got a big opinion of this girl. It might be not tonight, but in a few runs, they'll see how good she really is.
Who's the main danger?
3, 4, 5, 6.
A lot of them.
8, 1. They're all maidens. Anything can happen.
Talking about splinters. Good luck to Paula Bella. Let's go over to Daryl Holmes, who's got Pearl Noir. And Daryl, she was terrific on debut. Bit of drama in a second run. What does box 5 mean for her tonight?
A very difficult box running for luck, Jason. Hope she's learned a lot from last week because she did a few things wrong. I was surprised how desperate she was for the fence. So needs to find a position early.
You're not totally unfamiliar to this night, having had El Dorado in a final a couple of years ago. What about long-term for this girl after tonight? Is she one people can follow?
I think so. She can run.
Like you and I?
Thanks.
Maybe not. There's the latest guys ahead of the maiden final. It's always so tricky, isn't it, going into these races? They've all got promise. Whether they turn up with it tonight, we'll wait and see.
Okay. Thank you, Patch Adams. He's been very busy with that microphone. The GRV Vic Bred Maiden Series final, race number 3. I've gone 6-4-3-2. I put Extreme Wheels for Brad Greeno on top. I just hope that this greyhound can get a card into it from the 4 and the 5. So 6-4-3-2. My second pick, Nathan Rooney, is your top selection.
Yeah, 4, 3, 6 and 5 for me. I went 4, Nell Devere on top. The 504 in the semi of this series was quite impressive. If she can reproduce that, I think she can go to the front. And then from there in a maiden final, it's a place you want to be. She's posted 29 and 57. That'll nearly be good enough if she can find the top. 3 in for second, Reigning Fire, Graham, who not on his best box manners, his 2 starts, but he's got a big motor. 6 for third, Extreme Wheels. 29.67 both starts through this series. And then 5, Pearl Noir, who's got plenty of upside. Just average away last start would need to begin a lot better here tonight. 4-3-6-5.
Last call, Gretchy from Tab.
Yeah, the punters were sitting on the fence, but now it's all about Extreme Wheels. It has gone out in the market to $3.50, but we are seeing bets of $500 and $1,500 on Extreme Wheels. So it's all about the green, and you're on top selection, Disco.
All right, give it strength as we go to Dan Hibbert for the third.
2 out of 2 so far. 380 the blue, 390 the yellow, and 550 for the whites. Double figures for the others. And it is pleasing to see some blue sky start to come through, and it's going to be, looks like it's going to be okay for the rest of the meeting after a bit of a wet start over the last 24 hours. Green light on for the GRV Vic Bred Maiden Series final, set to run. Ready? And away, and Nell Devere flew out from the blue and will lead by a length early over Extreme Wheels and Pearl Noir on the inside. They hit that first corner. Getting checked was Reigning Fire along with From the Ghetto. The leader was Nell Devere, a length and a half in front of Extreme Wheels. Nosy Bluey gets up to third, a gap Pearl Noir. Then came Reigning Fire. On the inside was Amron Tommy, and then came From the Ghetto. Nell Devere, the leader, gets away. Nosy Bluey to second, past Extreme Wheels. Nell Devere in front, and Nell Devere will win the maiden final by 3 lengths, drawing clear. Nosy Bluey second, Extreme Wheels was run third, and fourth in was Raining Fire ahead of Pearl Noir. Then came Amron Tommy from the Ghetto and Star Opal, and the time is 29:77. Number 4, Nell Devere.
Girl has, and the mail around about how good she is. Unfortunately, her trainer, Buddha Pell's gone in the opposite direction, but that was a good performance. And what I love about this, guys, is for Buddha, that mean a lot to win a race on Melbourne Cup night. It's the first of the features that we've got on tonight's program. And for a lot of these good greyhounds that he's had in the recent months, they've gone to trainers like Anthony Azzopardi. So for him to hold this girl, at least at this point of her career, and win a race on Melbourne Cup night, being a feature, as Jimmy mentioned earlier on, I mean, these maiden finals are targeted. So to take it out, big sign for this girl and what she's capable of long term.
2 from 3 stars. Second home, number 7, Nosy Bluey for Justin Bowman by Bernardo and Noel Supreme.
What a win, and well tipped, Nathan Rooney. You thought that Nell Devere would continue the fabulous boxing record this greyhound has, and you were spot on.
Early speed wins races, and 5:01 to the mark. I mapped a running 5:04, which she produced last week in the semi, and I thought that was good enough to lead. She ran 5:01, and that was the key to the race. The holding the initial speed battle, got to the front and pretty much got a clear unimpeded run. Was able to hold Extreme Wheels, who wasn't able to cross. I thought going to the post the first time, Dave, number 5, Pearl Noir, was in the striking position based on its 29:43 run, but just found a little bit of bother through the corner and kind of undone its good box work, which we hadn't seen in its first couple of starts. But full credit to Daniel Pearl. Nell Devere, plenty of early speed, backed up its semi-final win with a good 29:79 win here tonight.
Yeah, Nosy Bluey ran a good race. It's been consistent. Only had, what, 4 starts? I thought it was a good run.
Oh, super run. It'll be going around short price next start, Gretchen, a normal maiden. It's come through a good maiden at Sale, and then through the series here where it's run behind Extreme Wheels, Nell Devere, and then Nell Devere once again. So it's just found one better on each of those occasions, but certainly learning how to race and racing quite attractively off inside and wide draws that we've seen it through this series, but it won't be a maiden for much longer.
Where does a dog like Raining Fire go? Geez, it was another black book run, but for a maiden, you look like it wants further. Where can you go from here for a greyhound like it?
Well, it's hard, isn't it? You know, I naturally think, you think 500, the further it goes, the better it's going to go. But I'd nearly be tempted to bring him back to a 485 or a 460 at Geelong, or a 485 at Horsham, where he's got a long run into the first corner where he can actually blow the start but balance up and then really let rip. Instead of having a 5-second run to the corner, give him an 11 or 12 or 13-second run to the corner and let him work his way through the field, and just hopefully that draws him out as time goes on. He's got plenty of upside.
Yeah, he's a black booker.
He might be a little bit of a head scratcher for Jeff Britton, because he's got all the upside, but when you don't have that early speed, you don't put yourself into the races that you should be winning or you should be contesting. But that might come with time. There might be an immaturity thing as well. But I'd nearly drop him back in distance and take him to the bigger, wider horseshoes against a lesser class greyhounds and let him learn how to race.
And congratulations to Bev and Dan Pell. Nell Devere just left them standing all of the way in the GRV Vic Bred Maiden Series Final. Our next race on the card is the Super Vic Grey Series Final over the 515 metres. And we're going to be heading back to you again shortly from Sandown Park. It's Melbourne Cup night, the Group 1 Melbourne Cup, race 10, the Group 1 Bold Trees for the stayers, race number 8. And as well as that, we'll have a Group 3 and some more listed races to come. Thanks, mate.